Hi everybody, it's me again. Now there's sound. I'm sorry for on my previous video there was no sound, but I managed to fix that. Okay. As I showed you on the first video, how to configure a directly connected Ipv6 static route. Now on the second one, we are going to talk about recursive Ipv6 static route. Yeah. So first thing is to remember that whenever you want to configure a route, if you've configured a previous route, you have to disable the previous like on these routers we've configured. Let's do the running config, enable show running config. Okay, as you can see here, we've configured this was the directly connected Ipv6 static route. So in order to configure the recursive Ipv6 static route, we have to disable this one first. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this, Ctrl C, Conf T, which is short for configure terminal. I'm sure you all know this. Now no past, no Ipv6 route. This is directly connected, so we have to disable this one first in order to move on to the next configuration. No. Now and show run. As you can see, there's no route to the remote network, and let's do the same on this router too. Enable conf show run. Okay, we are going to disable this one too in order to configure the recursive Ipv6 static route. So conf T, no past, and show run. And here too we have no static route for the remote network, and if we try to ping using a simple PDO, you can see here like this PC1 cannot connect to PC0 anymore, and PC0 cannot do the same as well. As you can see here, there's no way they can connect to each other because there is no static route. So let's configure a recursive route on both routers. Okay, and before we move on to that, just know that when you configure the Ipv6 static route, if you've noticed on the first video, there was the outgoing interface. Remember, in order to configure a directly connected Ipv6 static route, we have to specify the outgoing interface. Now, when it comes to recursive Ipv6 static route, you have to specify the next hop Ipv6 address. So, which is we're going to do right now. So, Ipv6 route. The remote network is 2001 colon db8 colon 3c4d 164, and the next hop IP address, version 6 IP address is fc00 colon 2. Yeah, colon 2. I mean, sorry, double colon 2. And now show running config. As you can see, there's a route now. There's a route to the remote network, and we are going to do the same on this router too. Conf T, which is short for configure terminal. Ipv6 route 200 db8 3c4d 088664. The next hop in Ipv6 address is fc00. Sorry, fc00. Oops. 1 exactly. And if we show the running config, we can see here that we've got a route to the remote network. Now let's try to ping using a simple PDU. Let's try. As I always do, I always start by pinging the second router before going to the interface. So it's going to be PC1 to this router here, successful. Now let's try to ping PC0, successful. As you can see, the ping was successful, and from PC0 to PC1, successful, and from PC0 to router 1, also successful. Okay guys, so this is the second video, and I've showed you how to configure the recursive Ipv6 as a route. And if we check the configuration Ipv6 route, okay, here we can see here the static route to the remote network, which is this one. We've got a way there, and it's the same on the other router. Thank you.